Hello, world and universe. Welcome to the Trevor Experience. Manifest your truth. And I'm starting a new YouTube channel called the Trevor Experience. And I wanted to do a short video discussing what are my plans and what I'm going to talk about on my YouTube channel and some of my thoughts about YouTube. I'm going to be talking about things that are affecting all of us as people in this so-called wonderful country of America. There's a lot of things that are going on and taking place each and every day as we speak. There's a lot of chaos and disruption going on in this wonderful country. And I'm going to be picking particular topics that I think are pertinent and relevant to all of us. One of the big topics in the past was Trump creating that entire chaos with taking over the Capitol during his presidency, when he said that he wanted to take back, we needed to take back, or they needed to take back their country. Well, that's a little hypocritical, because who was Trump trying to take his country back from? I think it was people that looked just like him and not me. 90% of the Senate and the Congress are of non-African descent. They are white folks that look just like him. So who is he upset with, and who is he taking it back from? For many African Americans, when we hear his tag or his slogan that we want to bring back America to its old moral fabrics, it makes people of color feel a little bit uneasy, because back in those days that he's referring to, we were either enslaved, entrenched, at the lowest part of the totem pole on the human stratosphere, and I don't think anybody of color is looking forward to going back to that. We want our freedom and our rights to be expressed just as much as any other race of people here in America. So who is he taking it back from? He's not taking it back from us. He's taking it back from people that look just like him. But one thing that we need to do as people of color is we need to take back our urban city communities. There's so much violence and corruption and murder and mayhem that is going on against people that look like myself, my son, my daughters. And we need to get back to a love-filled, a community-based state for black folks in these urban cities, like in the 50s and 60s, when we all, 70s, when we took care of each other, versus an enemy state where we're trying to harm, kill, and destroy each other. We need to be in a community state, not an enemy state. So black people need to take back our urban cities and make them healthy again, and not just rely on somebody else to do that for us. So that means for older folks such as myself to do some mentoring to these young folks. In today's time, we have been replaced by rap music, OnlyFans, Instagram, Facebook, all these technological advances that sometimes can be used and work against us. We need to get back to the humanity of human beings, hugging, loving, teaching, reading, not everything at a push of a button, and generate some wholesomeness and some oneness within each other. We've gotten so far away from that. People don't even eat dinner together anymore. Or sit down at a table without going to their phones. We become slaves to things instead of nurturing our soul and our spirit in a positive way. So my YouTube channel is going to be discussing a lot of those issues. I also have a podcast called the Trevor Experience that is on Spotify, Buzzsprout, and Amazon Music, where I discuss a particular subject matter in great detail, normally between 30 minutes and 45 minutes long. But what I'm going to do on YouTube in this channel is talk about and discuss issues kind of in a 10 or 12 minute vignette style or short video. I'm not coming as an expert. I'm not Dr. Cornel West or some of these other bright minds in sociology, theology, and philosophy and psychology, but I will say that I think I have a PhD in common sense. Being from Chicago and St. Louis, and growing up in the urban market and the urban cities in both of those areas, which are very, very tough in today's time. We all are hearing all about Chicago violence like crazy. St. Louis is right there with them as far as violence, especially urban black on black violence. We need to find a way to try to gaffle that, galvanize it, minimize it, and try to appreciate living a long and prosperous and purposeful life. So my podcast is going to be about positive energy, empathy, rational thinking, love, and truth. That's why my tagline is manifest your truth. The energy that you put out is the energy you're going to get back. So if you exude positive energy, then I think that you will be a recipient of positive energy. Those things are very important. There's enough going on in social media and all these other platforms that are negative and detrimental to your spirit, your soul, and even your physical being, that we need to get back to something that is uplifting and filled with spirit and love. I think YouTube is a wonderful platform because anybody can get on here. It's like your own television show. And I think YouTube has replaced the top 3 television programs, ABC, NBC, CBS, well, 4, and Fox. I hardly ever listen to television anymore because you can get so much information from YouTube. I think the same thing has applied to Netflix. Netflix has replaced the movie theater. You can buy a subscription and you can see all kinds of movies right at the comfort of your own home. So technology is advancing in such a great and enormous way that we need to make sure that we have some controls for it, that it stays in this positive lane and not a negative lane. I think the lexicon of life is to make sure we manage the negativity in life, but exercise as much positivity as we possibly can. So please take a listen. Follow me on YouTube under the Trevor Donald Experience. Also, please follow me on my podcast called the Trevor Donald Experience on Buzzsprout, Amazon Music, and Spotify. Please hit the like button and the notification. If you enjoy my dialogue and some of these topics that I'm going to be discussing, I would hope that you would continue to follow me and let folks know. I just did an episode about LeBron James's I Promise school in Akron, Ohio, that's having some difficulty with the young students passing their state math and English exams. I just did another podcast on shoplifting anarchy in America. If anybody's been following, it's been really, really crazy, especially in the state of California, Sacramento, LA, San Francisco, where people are just going into these stores, 30, 40, 50 people at a time, and just pilfering through these corporate America stores and even in stores in their own neighborhoods and destroying them. And as a result, like in San Francisco, Burger King, banks, Whole Foods, Walgreens, CVS have all left San Francisco. Kensington, Philadelphia is a killing field, is a zombie state with the amount of opioid addiction and crisis that is going on in that particular area. The other thing that made me decide to do a podcast and or a YouTube channel is because we have about 5 things that are going on in the underbelly of America that we're not paying attention to. And that's mental illness, opioid crisis, homelessness, joblessness and or unemployment, and a poor educational system. When you have those 5 pillars that are taking place that are the main destructive tools to the pillars of a healthy society, at some point we're going to have a volcanic eruption of chaos and disorder, a pilfering of our society if we don't get a handle on at least those 5 different subject matters. And so I wanted to be a person that's in his mid-50s to discuss that. And I have very, very strong concerns about that, and to make this world a better place, not only for myself, but for my children and the young people of today and of tomorrow. I use one of the main mantras of the word hope. I broke it down into an acronym called HOPE, and I broke it down to being called help one person every day. HOPE, help one person every day. So if we use that as our lexicon in life, that we're going to try to do something positive each and every day, hopefully we can reverse some of this devastating and negative energy that is going on throughout our entire country, not based on a zip code or a particular address, city versus suburbia. Destruction and devastation can happen and can cross the barriers of all parts of America. So we can't have a blind eye to what's going on in this cultural disease state that we have that is killing our young people today. Mental illness, opioid addiction, homelessness. We have to joblessness, proper training. We need proper mentorship to continue to advance this society into a healthy place that it should be. We're supposed to be the most powerful country in the world. But as we do know, the past can repeat itself. When the Roman Empire was supposed to be the most powerful empire, look what happened to it. The Roman Empire no longer exists. And therefore, America cannot be so arrogant to think that we will be here forever. Nothing is forever. Things have to die in order for something else to live. But if we can manifest our truth and be here as long as possible in a positive way, I think that that's what life is all about. So please check out my YouTube channel, The Trevor Donald Experience, and check out my podcast, The Trevor Donald Experience, on Buzzsprout, Spotify, and Amazon Music.